You know, before I married my husband and also after, I had done a lot of professional acting and also modeling. And I think that my love for fashion and style really came out of the joy of being able to express myself through what I wear, what kinds of jewelry or makeup or hair that I wanted to have on that day. I always took great pride in that. It was really neat to be able to get paid for modeling all over the world and to be able to have self-expression at the same time. Until recently, I always felt kind of bad for my Amish and conservative or Old Order Mennonite neighbors because I felt like they had no way to self-express themselves through what they wore. Yes, they had beautiful flower gardens, and yes, they could express their art through quilting. But as far as what you wear, for me, it was really interesting to learn only recently that they actually do have some choice. So I went to Scenic View Fabrics to visit with my neighbor, Mary Jane, who's the owner of this little fabric shop. Mary Jane is a member of the Old Order, or Horse and Buggy Mennonite Church. Her church community went to school to the 8th grade. They don't have computers, they don't have internet in their homes, and really she's running like the area's like leading fashion mecca. You know, I really got a chance to learn a couple of things. Number one, who pays attention to this stuff within the Old Order Mennonite community? Number two, what's important? Why is it important? And thirdly, how much does the church dictate what fashion is and what they're allowed to wear? When I was growing up, I would always go to Macy's in New York. So we'd take the train from my house in New Jersey, and it was like 45 minutes. And Macy's is like the store where everything comes out first.
It's a whole block, isn't it?
It is. Do you remember? Do you remember going in there? It's
well, didn't
crazy.
we go in, or did we just walk past?
I think we went in and actually had like time. I wanted time. I think it was like a good 15 minutes. Like this was my place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how there's girls your age, they come in here, that like when you get new fabric, I've seen like your signs where you're like, we're getting XYZ fabric. Like, and one day I was thinking about it and I was like, that was this is Macy's for them. Like they want the best, they want what's latest, they want what's current. And I have to be honest with you guys, I never really thought about that until I was talking to you a couple of years ago. Because like you were like, I like to keep current trends of the area. And I'm like, they have current trends? And then I started noticing it for the first time. I was like, oh, all the girls are wearing similar colors or similar style. And then I started noticing like people in our age group were wearing different like thing and darker. And then Mary Jane Overholser's age and like beyond that, like all of a sudden I was like, you guys have your own fashion thing going on here, and it was right under my nose, and I never even thought.
And I love to ask young girls when they come in, hey, do you need some fabric? Because we just got some new Sandhill. Oh, where is it?
Do they know the brands?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Really? How did that happen? Like, how did that happen?
Sandhill is not sold at every store, so that is something that pulls customers in here.
Okay, so literally people will come for a certain brand name of fabric because it's considered cool? Am I saying that right? So I guess you guys always have like cutting edge clothes on for the Old Order Mennonites.
They want to.
Do your friends go, oh my gosh, you're wearing that fabric? No.
Do you have it in the store? No, it's gone. Oh, that was so
really?
fast. Oh yeah, yeah, we'll hear that.
So, one of the things I want to understand is, like, if I'm a certain type of Mennonite, like let's say I'm car Mennonite versus Old Order Buggy Mennonite, what am I allowed to wear and not to wear? And how would I know? Like when I walk in here, and I look, how do I know, oh, I'm allowed to have that thing, but my church would kind of like me not to have that thing? Like, I want to understand
I'll even have to answer sometimes my opinion, like, could I wear this for church? I'm like, well, I don't know, you're younger.
They ask you?
They will sometimes.
Oh my.
I don't like to give this answer.
Yeah, how would you know?
Well,
You don't have their rule book of their church.
Really, well, no, that is if it's somebody from the same church. And I guess it's most of the people that would ask, not anybody else. Like, I guess I can wear this, or could I still wear this, or whatever. So yeah, I do kind of get into that sometimes. If you'd be an older lady and so
they probably don't care as much, right?
And they don't make as many dresses. The people that are keeping me afloat is the young girls. The young girls.
I totally believe that.
20 to 30 maybe. Okay, so first of all, they have a big social life. They do need dresses.
Yeah.
When you marry and you might have a child and you're at home, you won't need near as many dresses because you're just home. It's a big difference. Like Cheryl can go through like maybe 5 a weekend.
5 dresses a weekend?
Mm-hmm. Depending on what she has going. Well, maybe she has something going Saturday morning.
Like, what would she be doing that she needs all of these different dresses?
Say there's something that she's going out Saturday morning with. Say she's going shopping with friends. No, first, starting off, they have a Friday night, maybe a hockey game, whatever. So Friday night could be one, Saturday, whatever, change for the evenings, one for church. Maybe she's out playing volleyball afternoons, and then, oh yeah, we can go up to 5. That's on a busy weekend.
What? That just blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that.
So that Green Dragon.
Yeah, like Green
if
Dragon.
She's a Green Dragon, that's a different dress, or
yeah, like a work. Yeah, one
like
that. So how it kind of works? You have a couple of nice ones, and then if you think you want to replace those, we pass it down. Like
so she gets a lot. Who gets the hand-me-downs?
Oh, the hand-me-downs. Oh yeah, Nicole does. But not as many.
Sorry, I feel your pain.
She gets a lot of new dresses too.
Do you?
Because of this. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because they don't have quite the same build, so she does get her fair share of dresses. But so then we pass them down. Like, say Cheryl would have one she's wearing weekends, and she thinks, you know what, had this for a while. She'll pass it down for a work dress, like farmer's washing in the kitchen, that type of thing, and just pass it on. And eventually pass it down for a work dress, just here at home, like, or even the greenhouse.
Okay.
The greenhouse is
so within one person, the dress changes its own role.
Because she herself is no longer getting into the pattern. She didn't outgrow, so she's just passing it down. I did the same thing too. Pass one down, and then make some to replace. But yeah, the people that have a lot going are the ones coming back into buy.
Yeah, they need more. They need. Okay, I get it. That's
the group. So the older ladies of the church, they don't make a lot of dresses. They don't have a big social life, and they're not hard on them. That's a big difference there.
Totally.
But if you would come in and you'd say, hey, I'm looking for, a certain print or whatever, I'd walk you through there, and this is what you're looking for. So
I bet too, like with your personality and like. You're a little bit more like, you're more aware of that stuff. I can imagine that like another fabric store with maybe like an older lady who's been doing it a long time, she's probably not going to have all of that,
And some customers love it. They come and say, yeah, I haven't been in here for a while, so do you have any new fabric? And some of those love when I actually literally walk away from my register and I'll go over and I'll show them. So this one just came in. Oh, here's that one. They like that.
Of course.
I found that out. Some wouldn't care. Some wouldn't ask. They would find it on their own. But I found that there's some people that actually like that when I actually walk over and they say, this one just came in. Oh, here's another one. Oh, here's
because it tells them that like there's somehow there's an added value for we would call it perceived value. There really is no difference between that bolt of fabric and that. Just like there's no difference if I buy my shirt at Macy's in New York and the exact same shirt at Goodwill. Yeah, but it's the perceived value of the item. So that's interesting that that's happening among the more conservative community. So lots of leggings I see. Now do all girls wear these regardless of church?
I think most do.
It makes sense.
Years ago they wore the tights, and many girls hated tights because they were tight, they didn't stretch, they were maybe too short. Leggings have come along, and it's also more modest, so this is a new item.
It really is.
It's called the boy shorts. They will actually pull these all underneath the dresses. Underwear has very little coverage.
Right.
So this is something that has just changed. Like, I never did it for my girls, but this has just, I think because they came out with these boy shorts, they will actually wear them under the dresses.
Okay,
really
so when a new idea comes up, All right, here we are. We got this thing. Now there's a new fad. How do you know that the fad is okay before you put it on your shelf in your own store?
Well, I'm guessing.
Right? I mean, how do you answer?
That's a good
Legit.
question.
I mean,
That is a good question.
Like, anybody can come in and say, "Oh, the new thing is, your cleavage down to here." Well, you're selling this stuff? Like, how is that okay now, but it wasn't okay 3 years ago? And how do you, as an owner, decide?
See, we were wearing tights, so between tights and leggings, probably not much difference because you had the feet in the tights, and
That's
I
true.
hated them, but I wore them because it was cold. So at one point, these leggings came out. I want to say that shifted from when I was a young girl, we did wear the tights, to these came out, and it was discovered that you can wear them. Well, did you have anything like this? The tight yoga pants when you were growing up?
No.
No. So see, when they came out, people discovered.
We wore for
yes.
school, because I went
So
to a Christian school. We had to wear skirts to the knee and tights. Hated those things.
Oh yes, everybody does.
Hated those.
What I remember is they were too short.
Yeah.
And so then when this came out, they don't wear them alone, it's under a dress. That only changed, I think, when Nicole was a little girl. So that only goes back that they sort of, and I think because obviously it was more available, people noticed them. Hey, this would be nice. This would be much nicer than tights. I think when the product came out, it was probably somebody that tried it and they noticed it, and that's how it started.
And so then you feel comfortable. Then you just say, "I'm going for it. I'm ordering 100 tights." Oh.
Yeah.
Or not tights, 100 leggings.
And this was actually a customer request. You can get them in stores, but not as easily. So this was a customer. Can you get like the boy shorts? That's what they were calling it, the boy shorts, like a fun short. So that was a customer request, and the person that did these decided to add those too. As the world changes, everything else does change too. Like, I don't dress like my mom did when she was my age, but neither did she dress the way her mom did when she was her age. Well, even your style of fabric changes. There's a lot of that has changed. So, like with the writing there, yeah, I don't really like when it has a lot of it on. So this is an old work sweater, but they will have something that is.
Not that we're talking about cute right now, but it is really cute on you.
It is definitely controversial. Like some would allow, some would not. So yeah, I will be honest, we're probably not one of the more conservatives. I would want to say here in this area there are quite a few predictable. Because they grew up in this area and had these neighbors all this time, they would definitely be more on the conservative side.
For sure. Which is amazing that they love me so much. I have no idea how that happened, because that would be the least likely. Like, if I look at all my neighbors, like, that doesn't even make any sense at all. And I love them so much. Like, I would do anything for them.
And we're good friends with them in spite of maybe our differences. Yeah. And there's many of those at church.
I'm sure.
There is.
People buying fabric.
I have patterns.
Music break.
Okay.
How much does a church dictate?
As far as in dress,
yeah,
there is some. I mean, of course, they encourage the modest, and keep the newer styles and all that. They try to keep that out, but as the world changes, the church does change too. You cannot. I mean, I don't know how the Amish do it, which they're changing too. But like some of their dresses, I'm amazed that some of those will still not have the phones in the house, and they will, so. It's hard as the world changes. That gets really hard.
Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, would you mind giving me a like and subscribe? Also, if you want to check out Mary Jane's shop, it's a real thing. You can go there, not a tourist attraction. You can check out the link below. She has super limited information online, but there is a couple of places we can direct you to with a GPS address so you can check her out and also learn a little bit more from her. She's super friendly and she really enjoys chatting, so you can check that out. And if you do want to learn more about another episode of watching Old Order Mennonites doing stuff, I actually bake a pie with Scott's 5th cousin, Old Order Mennonite neighbor Elva. So you can check that out up in the link above.